This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
In today's society, graphic designers carry out many artistic and professional services that center on visual communication and presentation. Graphic designers normally employ different techniques to develop symbols, images, and/or words that create a visual representation of ideas and messages in areas such as market research, corporate identity branding, poster design, advertisements, book layouts, motion video graphics, clothing fabric design, product design, and many other areas. In solving visual communication problems, they often make use of typography, visual arts, and page layout procedures to generate products that transcend frontiers and cultural divides. Among all the arts around us, graphic design is the most universal, powerful, and influential. Since we engage with it in the streets, in almost everything, and even on our bodies, it is not just a modern or a capitalistic phenomenon. This paper examines its role in today's society. Graphic design is a very new design expression technique, which was a spontaneous response to the vast communication requirements of the Industrial Revolution. As a product of the last 100 years, graphic design was developed in order to market the fruits of mass production to the increasing numbers of consumers. In the late 19th century, the growing reproduction technologies in Europe and North America presented graphic designers with the opportunity to take part in the transformation process. Since then, having been revolutionized by the advent of computers, the field has been instrumental in serving various purposes in society. To begin with, graphic designers have a role in branding the world. Since, in most parts of the world, branding has replaced corporate identity, many organizations have been compelled to place a higher value on a well-designed, well-managed graphic identity. Therefore, designers play a requisite role in the different marketplaces of the world. Branding is an essential element for any business since it focuses on meeting the needs and desires of the consumers. The point of view of the consumers dictates the language, the voice, and, eventually, the design of the product. Therefore, in order to meet the ever-changing shift in consumer tastes and requirements, graphic designers endeavor to develop brands that are unique from others, current with the times, and consistent in delivery. The greatest thing about graphic design is that it is far-reaching. That is why most companies are using it to build a strong identity in order to stay competitive in the market. Companies usually use graphic design to boost awareness of their company and to push their products to their fullest potential in reaching customers. The companies that have succeeded have done so because they have used quality graphic design as one of their supporting themes. On the other hand, companies that have not taken advantage of this have never succeeded in creating additional traffic. A graphical logo is able to influence a consumer to either purchase or not purchase a product. Therefore, most organizations usually employ the services of a graphic designer to develop simple yet catchy graphical images with the aim of attracting prospective consumers. The influence of graphic design is evident in the area of commercial advertising. It is employed extensively in conveying the ideas and purposes of the products as well as giving a sense of interest and wonder. As the designers communicate meaning by means of visual language, appealing products are generated to reach the target audience. This is not possible to be achieved in real life. For example, if someone is shooting a film and intends to make something fly, he will use graphic design to achieve this purpose. He will computerize the image and graphically generate the image of an object flying. Graphic design makes them look realistic. If it were not present, most things would be tasteless and uninteresting. From the very clothes we wear to the technique of manufacturing various things, graphic design acts on our emotions and assists in shaping our feelings concerning the world around us. In this modern and fast world, an anti-reading trend is present that is difficult to control. Therefore, graphic designers promote literacy by means of their designs, which manipulate the elements and principles of various subjects to convey an idea in its visual form. Messages are usually carried either through text or image and are received either through seeing or reading. The process of seeing is discerning, moving, and sometimes realized against the will of a person. On the other hand, the process of reading is a bit more complicated. This is because the text's written language signs must be decoded by knowing the proper sequence of the various signs. Without proper analysis of the language of the message, a person cannot successfully decode the information. This difference between reading and seeing has made graphic design to be an important field in our everyday life. Graphic images generate a coherent and interesting piece of work that surpasses language barriers. Graphic designers also have a social role in today's society. This unique responsibility is derived from their anticipation to take part in the creation of a new world, since inequality and various evils are on the increase. It is possible for art to form a component of every life on the planet. From the time of its creation, graphic design has continuously structured itself in a self-directed and diversified way. This has been taking place in direct relation to the specific social fabrics of various societies around the globe. Therefore, it is important to note that this diversity is what will lead to the likelihood of the growth of graphic communication across the globe in the coming years. In a graphic communication process, there is a link between two propositions, the transmitting subjects and the recipients. They both have their various needs and expectations. These give the social dimension of graphic design in today's society. Graphic design employs words and images for communicating by means of visual language. If it were not present in our world currently, so many things would be in a mess. Its absence would make things like newspapers, the internet, and literature items disappear from the face of the planet, since all things would have to be painstakingly written by hand. In the absence of graphic design, we would be forced to receive information through the spoken word, and this would make us enter another period of the Dark Ages. In such an instance, ignorance, prejudice, and superstition would be widespread. However, as long as graphic design is here to stay, its benefits will continue to be felt in today's society. This essay on the role of the graphic designer in today's society was written and submitted by a student just like you. The Ivy Panda Samples database hosts thousands of works similar to this one on various subjects. Visit ivypanda.com to find what you are looking for, free of charge.